Yo, what's going on, guys? Today we're going to be doing a quick tour of the Skatechair garage. I'm running out of room pretty fast for any more builds, so I thought it was about time to just gather everything together and go over it all in one quick video. So what better way to start than with the first chair ever? Nothing too crazy or special with it, but it's definitely good, nice and sturdy. Sadly, the reel has faded over time. This used to be a really nice board, but strong. Now on to the second chair we ever made, and the first rocking chair. I'm actually surprised with how good it came out. The only thing I've changed was the safety on the back, and that was just because I wanted it for the next rocking chair I was making. They're definitely not an easy one to build, but for our second build ever, this was pretty good. Now moving on to the car skate chair. This is actually the second newest chair I've made. This was a ton of fun. It's super fast. We're going to be having a downhill race soon, making a whole video for it, so stay tuned for that. You can stand on the back or sit in the front, obviously. It's mostly made out of cars. It's got a trike setup, and the wheels are nice and spaced out on this one, so it goes straight. It doesn't turn much. You'll see I got that idea for the trike from the Batman chair. Now onto the spinning skate table. This thing's sick. It's got a Lazy Susan turntable from Home Depot built in, 2 slabs of wood, and then round skateboards all the way on the top. I made this as rounded as possible, or diamond shape, whatever you want to call it. Filled in the corners with this. That's an elephant. It's a pretty sick one. I actually built it for my homie at a skate shop, but he didn't have the room for it, so I'm going to be making him a glass skate table soon. But this was a ton of fun. On to the Pickle Rick chair. This one actually used to have wheels, but I took them off because it has 2 boards sticking out of the back, and when there's 2 boards instead of the trike setup, like on the car skate chair, it sometimes will get a little uneven when you sit and ride on it, so I just took those off. It's a nice basic chair now. This is the second rocking chair we ever made. It's actually really good. The frame for it is really tiny because I was running out of wood, and 2 boards that make you rock back are way further back, so I didn't even have to add a safety like I did with the red chair and the first chair. Now on to the red rocking chair. This is probably the best one. I actually just made it specifically for an art gallery, so I tried to make it as perfect as possible, from the looks to the rocking on the bottom, and obviously the safety on the back was really important. You can't bring it to an art gallery and have someone fall back, so I definitely made sure that was good. This is just a board wall. I just set up the top boards. The bottom are kind of color coordinated from purple to blue to red then yellow. Moving on to the bar stool number 2. This one has a lot of small details on the seat and the top, and then on the bottom and the back I used to have boards back there. They actually looked really cool, but I was running out of my red and blues. If the chair was placed differently and they were more visible, I probably would have left it, but I ended up using the blues for the skate table. It wasn't really worth it to have him in there because you couldn't really see it too well, but I'll show a clip of it eventually. Now we have the Spitfire skate chair. This one's probably my most unique piece. I ripped all the grip off from the boards and flipped them over. Plus I gave it the head, obviously. I don't know what inspired me to do this, but I'm thinking about doing a zero chair similar to this. The armrests are also really strong. You could put a ton of weight on it and not really worry. Now onto the first bar stool we ever made. This thing is pretty sick. I'm surprised it came out so good and so sturdy. It's just 4 pieces of 2x4, a board in the middle, 2 boards underneath connecting that, and then more 2x4 right there. Pretty simple, pretty basic, but actually really cool. And then we have a nice stepping stool to get onto it. My homie actually made this. I had no idea how he came up with this, but it's really sick. It uses trucks. Hold that there. I added the wood and the board on the bottom, but that's not much, so shout out to him for that. Now the Thrasher chair. This one's pretty dope. Also a pretty unique piece. I made all the sides color matching, or as best as I could, so this side's all white, and then it goes into the back. And the middle is all green, well, and a little bit orange, and the other side is blue. I really need to move it so you could actually see all that. I did this one with longboards because they're longer and sit almost flat in the back, so it was a little less work, but if I do end up doing it with skateboards, I'll probably cut one end about 1/4 of the tail I'd say like a 45-degree angle, and then have noses and tails holding the front end up like this. So it should almost look the same. Now onto the first round table. This was kind of whack, kind of cool. It was just an experiment. That's why I use these weird looking boards and it's all chopped up and whatever. It actually fell a bunch of times and
I only had one screw in it, so once it got loose, it started spinning.
That's how I came up with the idea for the spinning table. So I guess it was worth it, right? Now onto the shoe rack. This thing's pretty dope, but I don't get to use it that much because there are lights in it now. But whenever you want, you can just fold it up. You can move the shoes around. I usually keep it the same because I like that one there, but you know, you got options. Oh man, I almost forgot the pumpkin again. This is pretty dope. One Halloween, I just had enough orange and red boards and I came up with this. I took a few skateboard scraps and then painted them black. The face is made of skateboards, obviously. The root is made of a skateboard. That's a tail and a nose, so it comes together. Now this is the first glass skate chair we ever made. The glass to it actually broke not that long ago, so I'm pretty sad about that, but it was really good for a long time. This side's all purple and the other side's all green. I actually cut everything on this with a Sawzall. I'm surprised it came out so smooth and clean. I didn't even have to sand anything or work on it like that, so that was nice. Now I guess we can move on to the skate bench. This is all girl boards for the back. This one's kind of couch-like. It's very thick, very comfy. I like it a lot, but I might make another one soon that's a little thinner and lighter. This one's really heavy and basically unmovable. Or it's movable, but not upstairs, so. Now onto the glass skateboard table number 2. This one is definitely one of my coolest pieces here. It's got stickers on the inside. It's all orange on this side. And then on the other side, it's all blue. I tried my best to get it all as smooth as possible, but boards have concave and everything, so it's kind of hard sometimes. It looks a little crooked right now. I took it back from an art gallery, and I think I actually put that side on a little wrong, because it's a little more crooked than it used to be. If you look at this side, that's nice and straight, and then that one has a little too much curve to it, so I probably just got to readjust these. If you see the space there, so. But yeah, this one's super awesome. Ton of time and effort put into this. I'm thinking about making one as a display table with maybe a mirror on the bottom or something to hold stuff. And last but not least, we have the Batman skate chair. This one was the first trike design, first forwards rolling, downhill, bombing skate chair I've made. The trucks and wheels are way closer than the car skate chair, so you could actually turn when you're riding on the back or even sitting on it if you just lean enough. So that's pretty cool, especially when you're going fast. It's a little weird. It's different than anything I've done. It's one board, and then on top of that, and then underneath that again. And then this is drilled into that. It's got its two sides. Weird armrests. So it's definitely like one of my weirdest, also most unique pieces, I guess. But like all of them, I like it a lot, so. Oh yeah, and then we got the folding skate chair that I just made. This thing's pretty cool. I could actually just kick it up from here. There we go. So this thing's pretty cool. It just flips. So of course my camera had to die right at the very end, but I do have one last chair I have to show you guys upstairs. It's my favorite chair. I sit in it every day, so we'll get to that in a minute. But if you guys made it this far in the video, I really appreciate it. Hopefully you thought some of my builds are pretty cool and you liked the video. If you could subscribe for me, that'd be awesome. That'd help me out a ton. I put a lot of time and effort into this. If you have any cool ideas, definitely let me know in the comments below. I got a bunch coming. Stick around and I'll see you guys upstairs. And here we have the Throne skate chair. This one was the first one we gave wheels and armrests to. The armrests are a little more for show, but they actually are pretty strong with side rolling. It's very easy to kick, turn, and pivot around in my room. That's why I like it here so much, so I can go back and forth from the computer to the TV. But other than that, thanks for watching, you guys, and I hope to see you guys in the next video.